Question: what was the Billy the Kid case's lawmen's hilarious exhumation petition? Answer: the Billy the Kid case started in 2003 by corrupt New Mexico Governor Bill Richardson claimed Pat Garrett murdered an innocent man to let Billy the Kid escape as Brushy Bill Roberts. To file that real murder case against Garrett, Richardson used Lincoln County and DeBaca County Sheriff's Departments to try to dig up Billy and his mother to fake DNA matchings for Brushy as Billy. Except, in 2007, for my open records litigation against the lawmen, Lincoln County Sheriff Tom Sullivan and his deputy Steve Cedarwall hid their fake DNA records by lying that they'd been private hobbyists, so were immune to law for public officials. Santa Fe journalist Jay Miller, who proxied my early open records requests, called Sullivan and Cedarwall Keystone Cops, like early movies' comically bungling police. So these so-called hobbyists forgot their hilarious petition to dig up Billy. Their attorney, Mark Acuna, needed a comeback to the opposing law firm I'd hired, which essentially called the case preposterous. So, Acuna filed the July 26, 2004 petitioner's response to the Village of Fort Sumner's motion to dismiss and simply repeated 13 times in its 3 pages that the case was their job as law enforcement officers. So Acuna wrote, Sullivan, Cedarwall, and Graves, acting in their capacity as law enforcement officers, initiated investigation number 2003-274, filed in Lincoln County, and case number 03-06-136-01, filed in DeBaca County. And, Acuna wrote, petitioners assert that they maintain standing in the instant action as law enforcement officers engaged in the investigation of the alleged killing of Billy the Kid by the legendary Sheriff Pat Garrett. Finally, Acuna got carried away, writing, acting in their capacity as law enforcement officers on behalf of the public and the public's interest, it is hereby declared to be the duty of every sheriff or deputy sheriff to investigate all violations of the criminal laws of the state. Failure to perform his duty shall subject such officer to removal from the office. In other words, Sheriff Sullivan and Deputy Cedarwall had to protect the public from Garrett's murderous ghost. On May 15th, 2014, my opens record judge obviously concluded that Sullivan and Cedarwall did the case as lawmen, and I won.